37-year-old Dustin Beechner is behind bars after his 6-year-old daughter Jocelyn Beechner was reportedly found deceased. On the morning of the 2nd of September, the authorities were sent out to a residence located at 3217 Mitchell Avenue in St. Joseph, Missouri, after receiving a report of a man acting suspiciously near the home, who they identified as Dustin. When officers arrived at the scene, they found Jocelyn's unresponsive body at the home, and she was declared dead at the scene. The matter was determined to be a homicide, and an investigation was launched. Police arrested Dustin and charged him with Class A felony abuse of a child resulting in death. He is held at the Buchanan County Jail without bond. The matter continues to be investigated as a homicide. Jocelyn was a student at Parkway Elementary School. She was described as a sweet, smart and happy girl with giant blue eyes. 40-year-old Melanie Biggins is behind bars after being accused of fatally shooting her husband Etienne McEwen in the back of the head while he slept. The incident occurred at around 1 a.m. on the 31st of August, when authorities responded to reports of shots fired at her home, located at 1702 Gillespie Place in Kansas City, Missouri. When officers arrived, they encountered the couple's 2 young daughters aged 10 and 11, who were waving their arms to flag down police. They entered the premises and went upstairs, where they found Melanie performing CPR on her husband, who was lying on the bed in the pool of blood. Soon after, the paramedics arrived and pronounced Etienne dead. Melanie told the investigators that she woke up to the sound of a gunshot and noticed her husband was shot but did not see who did it. She claimed that she then went downstairs and found the front door was open. Investigators said they quickly determined that the shooting was not a suicide and found no signs of forced entry. Detectives found a pillow on the floor at the foot of the bed with a blood and a hole through it, and they were able to retrieve a bullet fragment in the stuffing of the pillow. A blanket was also located on the floor with a hole through it, with gunpowder burns around the hole. The authorities said they were able to locate a gun underneath the bunk bed that had one spent bullet shell casing in the cylinder. Melanie initially claimed that the only gun in the house was her husband's rifle in the closet. When police confronted her about the handgun they found, she did not have an explanation. Detectives were able to trace records showing Melanie bought the gun in July from a store called Shopping Point in Independence, Missouri. Melanie initially told officers that she was with Etienne until police arrived. However, 2 other witnesses say they saw Melanie sitting on the couch after the gunshot went off. The police said that she admitted that she was in another relationship with another man for 1.5 years, but could not afford a divorce with a husband whom she'd been married to for 9 years. That same day, Melanie was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. She's held at the Jackson County Detention Center on a $50,000 bond. If convicted, she faces life in prison or the death penalty. Hayley Tompkins, a pharmacist and mother of 2 from Melbourne, Australia, died after she was found with stab wounds after being pulled from a burning home. The incident occurred at around 9 p.m. on the 5th of September, when the emergency services were called to a home located at 17 Merrily Drive in Murrelbark, Victoria, on reports of a house on fire. Inside the home, fire crews found the injured mother along with 2 unconscious children, an 11-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. Hayley was found with stab wounds to her stomach and she died at the scene. The kids were rushed to the Royal Children's Hospital for smoke inhalation in a critical condition. No one else is believed to have been home at the time of the fire. According to witnesses, the father of the children, Andrew Marshall, came home from teaching tennis lessons to find his house ablaze and screamed in horror. Alicia O'Brien, who was staying with a friend on the street, said she saw the distressed dad screaming when his kids were taken from the house, thinking they were dead. The children were carried from the house covered in blankets and treated initially in the front yard of the house as the devastated dad watched on. When he saw them, he yelled, "Oh no!" There was no way he could be comforted. He was a complete mess in utter shock and grief. Alicia said that fire crews faced heavy flames as high as a telegraph pole as they entered the property. While the home was gutted by the blaze, the exterior structure of the home showed minimal signs of damage. Andrew's been with his kids' side since they were admitted to the intensive care unit. Hayley was a highly decorated pharmacist, having received an award for her pharmacy work at Eastern Health last year. The police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the deadly blaze. However, they're not looking for anyone else at this time, the authorities said. 32-year-old Susan Rodriguez has been arrested after hitting an officer who was directing traffic outside a child's school. The incident occurred just after 7:30 a.m. on the 30th of August. outside the ID Walsham Charter School, located at 6445 Walsham Road in San Antonio, Texas. A deputy was directing traffic when he saw Susan attempt to bypass the school's normal traffic flow for drop-off. She was ordered to get back in line with the car and follow normal traffic when she told the officer, "I don't have time for this. I'm late for work." At that moment, she turned her wheel in the direction of the deputy, accelerated and struck him with her vehicle. She was then seen by witnesses driving to the back of the school's campus to drop a child off. The officer was able to chase her down and arrest her. Body cam video evidence allegedly captured Susan admitting to hitting the officer and driving away. She was booked into the Bexar County Jail on charges of failure to stop and render aid and aggravated assault against a public servant.